Today we are going to be talking about the magic E rule. So if you did not know or you don't remember, the magic E rule is a silent E at the end of a word, and it's magic because it makes the vowel say its name. Let me show you how it works. If you see a word and you see that it has an E at the end, most likely that E is silent, but it has a big job to do. So, let's see. In this word, like, the E is at the end, but we don't say likey or like-e. You don't say the E, but the E is magic because it makes this vowel say its own name. So if you already know this word from your first grade sight word list, you know this word is like, but pretend you didn't know what this word was and you needed to sound it out. You see the E at the end, so you know to say to yourself, well, this one is going to be silent, and this vowel, you know, can make two different sounds, I or I. So the rule is, if you see a E at the end of the word, make this vowel say its own name, I. So you would sound it out, L, I, K, and you don't say the E, L, I, K, like. Magic E is pretty special because it can turn one word into a completely different word. If I have this word and you sound it out, H-U-G, hug. You might give your mom or dad a hug. But if I add the magic E at the end, that completely changes the word. This E is going to make the U not say anymore, but it's going to say its own name. U. Huge. Huge. Now this word is huge. Really, really big. Another one, just to show you, this word you can sound out. K-t. But add the magic E at the end, which is a silent letter, but it has a big job to do. This E is going to make this U say its own name. So now instead of k-ut, it's k-ute. Cute. It's so cute. So it changes the word. Sometimes you can even have a word that would be a nonsense word if it didn't have the E in it, like this one. Sound it out. Hom. That's not a real thing, it's a nonsense word. But if you add the E to the end, now the vowel has to say its own name. O. Home. Home. You live in a home. Makes sense? How about this one? If you looked at this word and you tried to sound it out, you might say this. B-ick. Well, what is a bick? It's not really a real word, it's nonsense. So add the magic E, make the I say I, and now we've got a real word. B-I-k. And you don't say the E at the end. So now it's a real word. B-I-k. Bike. And one more before we read our book. If you sound out this nonsense word, ack. A can say a, but let's make it say its own name with a silent magic E at the end. Now the A has to say a. Sound it out. Ache. Cake. All right, so now that you've had a little bit of practice with magic E, we're going to read Arthur's New Puppy by Marc Brown. and we're going to be searching for magic E words. Okay, Arthur's New Puppy by Marc Brown. Arthur loved his new puppy, and Pal loved Arthur. He's a very active puppy, said Arthur. He's a very naughty puppy, said DW. Don't worry, said Arthur. I'll have him trained in no time. There's our first magic E word. Time. Here it is. If you sounded this out without the E, it would be Tim. T-im. That could be a person's name. But with the magic E, now I has to say I. I'm. Time. Now be careful because there are going to be some rule breakers. You're going to maybe see some magic E words that aren't so magic, meaning you're going to see a silent E at the end, but it doesn't make the vowel say its own name. I'll show you those when we get there. Here's your new home, said Arthur. I saw it. Huh? Oh, the vowel is saying its own name. Home. There we go. Here's your new home, said Arthur. You'll have the whole garage to yourself. That's another one. Whole. The E makes the O say O. Whole. But Pal did not like the garage. There we have it again. Like. E makes the I say I. As soon as Arthur put him down, Pal ran and hid. He feels lonesome, said Arthur. Can he stay in the house? Please, please, please. Oh, all right, said Mother, but only for a day or two. So I want to show you the difference between these two words. So Pal doesn't like the garage, so he ran and hid. H-id. But if I add a magic E, what is the new word? Now this vowel has to say its own name, I. So it's not id. What is it now? I'd. Hide. So hid and hide are almost the same word, but it's a little bit different. And the difference is the magic E. Arthur made a cozy spot for Pal in the kitchen. I thought you might need a few newspapers, said DW. Wow, a few? She's got a lot. Arthur held Pal carefully the way his puppy book showed. Look, he's so excited, said Arthur. Look at your pants, said DW. You have excitement all over them. It's okay, said Arthur. He's just a baby. Well, I think baby dogs should wear diapers, said DW. Later, Pal ate his dinner in a flash. We've got a magic E word. Ate. Do you hear the A saying A? I do. And when you see the word, do you see? You don't say ate-e or ate-e. This letter is silent. And this letter says A. Ate. He ate his dinner in a flash. Uh-oh, said DW. He has that look in his eyes again. Quick, said Arthur, his leash. But when Pal saw his leash, he ran and hid. I don't think he likes his leash, said DW. Help me find him, said Arthur. I guess he didn't have to go after all, said DW. I was wrong. No, you were right, said Arthur. He just went. Now, on this page, I want to show you a rule breaker. This one is tricky because it does have a silent E at the end, but it doesn't follow the magic E rule. Can you see what this word is? This word is have. But if you sound out the letters, A doesn't say its own name. This word isn't have, it's have. In the book it said, I guess he didn't have to go after all. But this one, I'm sorry to say, is a rule breaker. That means it doesn't follow the rule of magic E. Even though it does have a silent E at the end, it doesn't make the A say A. So sometimes that happens, which is why we have to practice sight words and practice our reading rules so we know which words are rule breakers and which words follow the rule. So let's keep going and see what Arthur does about Pal. Later that night, when everyone was asleep, Pal yelped and howled until he woke up the entire family. Here we go. Woke. Sound it out. Wha. Easy enough. O. I hear O saying its own name. W-O-K. It's a K. And now what letter should come at the end? W-O-K. But there's something that makes the O say O. You got it. E. Woke. The silent E makes the O say O. You don't say the E at the end when you sound it out, but you know it's there because it's making the O say its own name. Woke. I hope you got that one with me. So, he woke up the entire family. Go to sleep, said Arthur. Pal wanted to play. Don't forget to close his gate. There's another one. Close. Not like the clothes you wear, but she's saying close the gate. O's. Does this look right? I have all the sounds. O's. But I'm missing something. What could it be? You already know. It's the E because the O is saying O. Close. O's. And this E is silent. Close. My pens are falling. Close. Close the gate. Good night, said Father. Good luck, said D.W. The next morning, Arthur was still in the kitchen. Wake up, sleepyhead, said D.W. Oh, wake. That one has a silent E at the end. W-ache. And we've got the E at the end. Wake up. A is saying A. W-ache. Wake up. Sleepyhead, said D.W. And be careful where you step. Now I want to look at this word a little bit closer before we move on with this page. So, a lot of times we put different parts of words together, but if you want to just go down to the smallest part of that word, I hear the word care. Here's the word careful, like be careful. But if you get rid of the full, here's the word care. Being careful means you're going to be stepping around with care. Care. And if you see now at the end of the word, we do have a silent E. I'm not saying k-airy or k-air-eh. That's not a real word. The E has to be silent in this one, and the A is saying its own name. A. Careful. Care. So that one does count as a magic E word. Oh no, said Arthur. I forgot to close Pal's gate. Oh, did we do this one yet? Close. Yes, we did do that one. How about this one? Gate. E makes the O say O. E makes the A say A. G-8. Close. Close the gate. Both are magic E. And Arthur forgot to close the gate, so take a look at the picture and see the mess that the puppy made. Here's your scooper, said Mother. You think this is bad, said Father. Wait until you see the living room. Pal looked very proud of himself. My new drapes, cried Mother. My doll, screamed D.W. Bad dog, said Arthur. Pal is moving to the garage, ordered Mother. Here's the key to the garage, said Father. I'll help you move his things after dinner. Father put the key on the hall table. Arthur packed up Pal's things and went to get the garage key, but it was gone. Here's another rule breaker. Gone. Oops. Sorry about that. Made the O a little weird. Gone. So, if you saw this word in a book and you wanted to sound it out, you might try to say this. G-own. And the E is silent. Gone? I don't know that word. It's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. It's not a real word. Gone? But if you say the key was missing, it was gone. That's this word, which means it's a rule breaker. It doesn't follow the magic E rule, even though the E is silent. Gone, not a magic E word. It has to be somewhere, said Mother, but the key was nowhere to be found. It looks like you can stay in the house one more night, Arthur said. I heard Mom and Dad whispering, said D.W., and Pal's in big trouble. They said he better be trained soon or else. Shh, said Arthur, you'll hurt his feelings. That night, Arthur remembered to close Pal's gate. Close gate. At school, Arthur told Francine and Buster about training Pal. I'm going to teach him to do all kinds of things, said Arthur. I used to have a puppy too, said Buster, but he was too much trouble. My parents sent him to a farm. My cousin had a problem puppy, said Francine. No one could train him. One day he just disappeared while she was at school. After school, Arthur hurried home. Oh no, said Arthur, what happened? I thought I'd take him for a walk, said D.W. Here's another word, take. If you just try to sound it out like this, t-ack, tack. But she said I wanted to take him for a walk, which means the A is trying to say its own name. So what needs to go here? Magic E. Here's the real word, take. T-ache. Before it was tack, now it's take because the E makes the A say A. Take. I thought I'd take him for a walk, said D.W., but when he saw the leash, he went wild. You better get this cleaned up before Mom sees it. Where is Mom? Asked Arthur. In the backyard, said D.W., looking for the garage key. Have you seen my dog training book? Asked Arthur. What's left of it is over there, said D.W. That night, Arthur gave Pal an extra training lesson. I'll help you train this beast, said D.W. Let me get my whip. No, said Arthur. Dogs respond better to love. Now, here's another one that's going to be tricky if you don't know the rule. Love. Love has a silent E, but the O is not saying O. It's not loathe, it's love. So, Sorry, love. It's a rule breaker. Love does not follow the magic E rule. Watch, said Arthur. He's getting better. Sit, said Arthur. Lie down, said Arthur. Stay, ordered Arthur. It doesn't look like Pal is getting it yet. I know something he'll understand, said DW. Time for your walk, Pal. He just needs a little more work. That's all, said Arthur. And we have the word more. More, which is magic E. The E is making the O say O. More. Yeah, it works. But Pal needed a lot more work. Arthur set up a training school in his backyard. On Monday, they worked on sit. On Tuesday, they worked on down. Wednesday was stay day. By Thursday, Pal was doing tricks. Good dog, Pal, said Arthur. Arthur decided to put on a puppy show for his family. When they see how well you're trained, they'll never send you away, said Arthur. Arthur got up early Saturday morning to give Pal a bath. After breakfast, Arthur's family took their seats. Welcome to Arthur's puppy show, said Arthur. He held his breath. What you are about to see will amaze and astound you. A's. It's a magic E. Because, why? The E makes the A say its own name. A's. Amaze. What you are about to see will amaze and astound you. If Pal amazes us any more, our whole house will be destroyed, said DW. Now, we have some words here that we can practice magic E. Whole. That has the WH combo at the beginning, but then the O says its own name. Whole. Whole. And more. Did we do this one already? More. Or. More is kind of a rule breaker because if you sound it out, the O really isn't saying its own name. Or, I guess it is. Sometimes it can be really tricky to figure out if the vowel is saying its own name or not. So sometimes what I like to do is say it the other way and see if it sounds real. So if we do it the other way, instead of O saying O, make O say aw, like octopus. Mar. No, that doesn't really sound right. Or. We have the chunk or in it, and it does sound like the E is making the O say O. So what do you think? Do you think this is a rule breaker, or do you think it does follow the magic E rule? Or, and then the silent E. Let me know. I think that it does follow the rules because it doesn't sound like like octopus, R. No one really says, can I please have some mar? Words can be tricky. Let's keep going. Arthur clapped his hands. Come, he said, and Pal came. Now this one definitely is a rule breaker. Come. This one, the O is not saying O. Ohm, like you comb your hair? No. So this one, the E does not make the O say its own name. You're saying It almost sounds like a U, but the way it's spelled is C-O-M-E, not C-U-M-E, and the E isn't making the O say O. It's not comb, so it's a rule breaker. I think that's a first grade sight word. Let's see. So come, he said, and Pal came. Sit, said Arthur, and Pal sat. Down, said Arthur. Down went Pal. Pal even did a trick. Good dog, said Arthur. He is a good dog, said Mother. You mean he won't have to live on a farm? Asked Arthur. Of course not, said Father, not even in the garage. No one noticed Pal run behind the rose bushes. Rose, O's. Magic E word. E makes the O say O, O's, rose bush. That's a magic E. When Pal returned, he sat up and wagged his tail. Look, he has something in his mouth, said D.W. It's the key to the garage, said Arthur. Good boy, Pal, said Father. Amazing, said Mother. That night, Arthur gave Pal a special dinner. Time for your walk, Pal. Time. I think we did this one in the beginning. I says its own name. Time. And then the silent E works its magic to make the I say I. I'm. Time. Magic E. Time for your walk, Pal, said Arthur. I'll get your leash. But Arthur couldn't find it anywhere. It was on the hook a minute ago, said Arthur. I know I left it there. I'll help you look, said D.W. Mother and Dad helped too. It has to be here somewhere, said Arthur. No one noticed Pal run behind the rose bushes. And you can see what he's got, so he doesn't have to go for his walk. So that was Arthur's new puppy. Thank you for reading along with me, and I hope that this helped you see a few of the words that follow the Magic E rule. So let's just go through really quick. We have Magic E, rule breakers. So on this side, let's put some of the words that definitely follow the rule from this book. Let me flip back and see. So, O, we saw the word home, like, woke, ate, gate. These are all words that have the silent E at the end, but the vowel says its own name. Home, like, oak, ate, ate. And then we have our rule breakers, the words that do have an E at the end, but they don't make the vowel say its own name. Have sounds like ah. Gone sounds like aw. Love sounds like and come sounds like All of these words still have the E at the end, but they don't make the vowel in the middle say its own name. So these ones are the rule breakers. They're great words, but they just don't follow the rule. And these ones do follow the Magic E rule. So most of the time, if you see an E at the end of a word, it's silent. And most of the time, it's going to make the vowel in the middle say its own name. So do some practice with a book of your own and see if you can sound out the word by making the vowel in the middle say its own name, and see if the word makes sense. And if it does, let me know what the word is. And if it doesn't, it's probably a rule breaker. And that's okay too. Thanks for reading with me.